get your toes to roll down at the same height. Upper body carriage has to be identical. Horn placement is identical. Where your pinky goes is identical. Everything. So we really started harping on every little aspect of them moving forward. That is not an easy task to do. Getting everybody in a 7-man line to move exactly together with everybody else around them, get to the same line at the same time, that's what we start off with. That's our basic building block. That's what we learned day one. Okay? Now in the field, when we're marching our actual shows, we can't just move in the straight line the entire time. That'd be rather boring, and that's back what marching bands used to do back in the 60s and 70s. Now we have to teach our marching bands to actually move from forward to backward without changing their upper body. Because when they're playing to the audience, we don't want them, as they move back on the field, to start turning around because you can't hear them. So the exercise you're about to see is they're going to move forward 16 counts, backward 8 counts, and keep repeating the sequence over and over and over. This is rather difficult because they have all their momentum moving forward. All of a sudden, within a half a count, it's got to switch to backwards and then repeat itself. Now, on top of that, they have to count in different number sequences. Count to 16, count to 8, count to 16, count to 8. Sounds easy, but it's really rather difficult. And on top of that, now we start moving horns with it. When they're moving forward, you can see the horns are going to be up. When they're moving backwards, the horns are down. This is meant to stimulate a lot of what we do in the actual show. One thing I want to point out to you is at this school, it's a point of honor to be able to be in the front line. If you're in the front line of this block, you are one of our elite marchers. And for the first time ever since I've been here, and I've been here since we first started, we have a freshman in the front line. You want to see her, she's on the front line, second person closest to you. I believe her first name is Emily.
Ready? Go! Strike, better, strike!
Okay, the next exercise you're about to see is another level added on. So we have them moving forward, we have them moving backwards, we have them moving their instruments up and down. Now we've got to move them sideways. So you're about to see a figure 8 exercise. You're going to move forward, left, back, right, forward, right, back, left, forward. Without stopping, upper bodies have to stay facing one direction the entire time. They have to count. They're going forward and backward and side. A bunch of things are happening all at once, but this is the culmination of all of our basics. This is a rather advanced exercise, and I think we don't really show this one off usually during the parent preview, but these guys are pretty darn good, so we're going to go ahead and do it for you. that's going to conclude what we're going to do as far as the marching portion is concerned. I also want to add something on to what Ms. Ollinger said a little bit earlier, where we lost a lot of seniors last year and we had to get our freshmen to come in and kind of fill their shoes. I've been at this school since we first started marching band, when we were 12 members standing on an asphalt. This is the smartest group of marching members I've ever had at this school. These kids are pretty darn good. Thank you. Yeah. I just want to say, those of you that are parents of all the new members out here, thank you very much for allowing your kids to come out here. I know it's kind of a leap of faith to come out, stand in the back, and watch the remainder of this. If you get to the end, you're pretty darn good and you're pretty focused and keyed in. A lot of times this gets, the winners tend to be seniors and juniors. Had a couple surprises a couple times with sophomores. So sit back and join and root them on.
Please call it the attention position of parade rest. When I call you to attention, the real showdown will begin. All three is commanded to cancel as you were. Straight, straight, one, tight. Right, haste. 1, 2. Left, haste. 1, 2. About, haste. 1, 2. Bend towards up. About, haste. 1, 2. The lane can go out. Silent drill. Left, haste. Sign off, can go out. By the numbers. Right, haste. About, haste. Left, haste. Right, haste. 1. 2. 1. 2. 1. 2. 1. 2. Set. Towards down.
Oh, yeah.
2.
Richard for drumline!
Parade. Rest.
Sacks up front.
2.
Oh,
Oh!
oh no, he's good. He's good.